Long, long ago, there was a woman named Nwamaka. Her name meant a child is beautiful. She was married before she learned how to dream, born into poverty. Many brothers, one daughter. Girls were not raised for futures. They were raised for survival. They never sent her to school. They taught her how to swallow her voice. She carried 10 pregnancies in her womb. 5 children died, some from sickness, others vanished during the war. Names called into silence. Her womb learned how to hold sorrow quietly, permanently. Her daughter, Akudo, inherited the silence. She wanted school. She wanted more. But girls were raised for marriage, not for choice. She married early, born 9 children. Her sons were sent away to study. Her daughters were told their husbands would decide the rest. She loved her daughters fiercely, but love without exposure is still limitation. All her daughters went to university, and yet every one of them became a housewife. Not because they lacked intelligence, not because they lacked ambition, but because that was the only womanhood they had ever seen. Time moved forward, countries changed, but memory stayed. Then there was Amanda. She moved far away, but the past followed her into her body. Her life was comfortable, yet something inside her refused to rest. She told herself, I will not repeat this. Not because her mother failed, but because her mother never had a choice. She got a job. Then she built a business. Not because her husband couldn't provide, but because she needed to know she could. Her body carried grief she could not fully explain. Several miscarriages, losses that felt older than memory, pain that did not begin with her, but lived inside her. Then one night, she dreamed. Her grandmother stood before her, not bent, not tired, not grieving, proud. You have broken the chain, she said, but there's still healing to be done in the womb. Amanda placed her hand over her lower belly and wept for herself and for the women who never had words. I release what does not belong to me. She let go of silence, of inherited obedience, of the belief that a woman's worth is measured by a man's provision. She vowed her daughter would know choice, education, freedom, independence. And she whispered the sentence her lineage had waited generations to hear. This ends with me. Somewhere in the unseen, the women before her finally rested. Not because they were forgotten, but because they were finished.